Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our verse-by-verse study on the book of Matthew. We are in Matthew 14, starting the third Galilean tour, roughly the first tour after Christ starts his ministry. First one is in Matthew 4, and then roughly 5 to 9 is the second one, though this is disputed, as well as the exact chronology compared to Luke and Mark. And this starts the third. Remember, the change here is that Christ has been rejected by the Jewish leadership of Israel. He's focusing now on preparing his disciples to carry on the ministry after him and go into the church as their apostolic leaders. Now, he hasn't mentioned this to them specifically, but the focus has changed while he's still maintaining his ministry to the people and engaging the Pharisees in some disputed conversations which there are disputes um, as we go. So we come to the famous story of the feeding of the 5,000. And I'm not going to read this whole text, but again, summarize like I did on the death of John the Baptist. So in verse 13, when Jesus heard it, of John's death, he departed thence, took a ship into a desert place apart, and when the people had heard, they followed him out on foot into the city. So again, in the Gospels, and could be controversial, so like everything I say in the Gospels, look at it yourself and determine what you think. I'm trying to take this in a normal, literal way. That is in context to Christ coming and bringing the kingdom to the Jews for their culture and time. So Christ told the people that they had to follow him and believe, and these people are doing that and following him out to hear him speak. Okay? Jesus so went forth in verse 14, a great multitude. He had compassion on them. He healed their sick. So to summarize, he at the end of the day he realizes they are hungry, and in his compassion wanted to feed them. So they did not have enough food, the disciples. So he tells them to distribute the fish and the bread anyway. The disciples did this. The people, numbering about 5,000 men, so there must have been women and children as well, ate, were satisfied. And when Christ told the disciples to collect what was left, there was more left in the baskets of fish and bread than as when they started. So it's a great miracle. Christ later feeds the 4,000, as we'll talk about actually in the next chapter. So he's giving them substance to eat. Sorry. So what's the point of this great story? Well, I think, as we just said, Christ is showing compassion. He's feeding, he's providing, and for his disciples, they tend to be in a secure position under him throughout the Gospels, not facing persecution. I think he's taking care of them in terms of substance. It's not saying that specifically, but as he teaches them, particularly the 12, they seem not to have a care apart from what or handling the issues or the lessons that Christ is dealing with them or teaching them. How much care he's given the larger group of people following him, I'm not quite sure, but here we do see it. So again, he's being very kind and patient because probably many or most of these people really did not believe. Second, again, as we talk about these miracles, show that Christ is God and Messiah. He's the promised one. So, as it says in Isaiah 35, Isaiah 31, 61, other places, that the coming Messiah will perform miracles. And he's doing it so that people should have seen this and recognized that he's the answer to their prayers of the Messiah who would bring their kingdom. Now, basically, the Jews by this point had rejected it, but he's maintaining this ministry. Why? We don't know exactly. I think, again, out of compassion and with the desire that people do believe. Okay, so what have we covered today? Feeding of the 5,000, a great miracle regarding, I'm not sure how you'd say it over nature. I guess it is because of the food that Christ provides out of his compassion to those who have followed him, showing that he's Messiah. Okay, we'll continue with another miracle next time. Peter walking on the water, at least for a while. Glad you're here today, and I hope you'll join me for the upcoming video. Goodbye for now.